What's up, guys? Welcome back to Sideline Strategies. This is the end of the day of the competitive concepts class with Ryan Lee of Empirical Concepts. Ryan, thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely.
I'm glad I came up and saw you. Guys, this is the class to be, especially if you're a beginner all the way up into the intermediate level. If you're really trying to hone in what you need to do in regards to stage breakdown, when to go fast, when to throttle back a little bit, things of that nature, this is the class where you want to be in regards to your competitive strategies and your competitive drive, so to speak. So, Ryan, what made you want to actually do this class? Because not many people are doing this locally here in South Carolina.
No, they're not. So I've been working to help boost up the USPSA membership, coming from a tactical background myself, that I found that it really maximizes your ability with a handgun as far as identifying deficiencies and what you're capable of actually doing with it. It pushes your limits.
Yep.
So I've been helping a lot of newcomers join the sport and come in and get started in this because there is a steep learning curve at first.
I'd agree with that.
And so in that process, I've had a lot of people reach out and want a formal class. Most of my clientele, I do one-on-one coaching, one-on-one training with clients, and I had a ton of people reach out and say, hey, I would like a class. Had some beginners, just like we had in class today, some guys who've never seen a USPSA stage.
I was going to mention that, yeah.
As well as some guys that have been to 5, been to 10. And so I wanted to put a class together that could kind of suit both worlds. The guys like yourself who have some really good shooting abilities that want to come in and just learn the fine details of how to stage plan, when do we get on the throttle, when do we get off, those small little things that at this point you're starting to shave tens, right? That's what you're chasing.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
The newer guys in class today, they were shaving 5 and 10 seconds.
Sure were, and it was awesome to see.
It was great to see those guys progress. So I called Sandhills, we got this class put together, and I'm going to continue doing this. This is a class that I think that you guys enjoyed today. You got a lot out of it. I loved watching everybody just advance as we went through the stages today. And then we're going to shoot a match together tomorrow to really put all these skills to the test to see how it works out. In the future, I'll probably be splitting it up. We'll have an introductory class, as well as then have the competitive concepts class, which go into some of the finer details that you and I were working on today.
Gotcha. Yep, guys, it's all about the finer details, and Ryan did a great job of breaking it down for guys like myself. You know that I've had a lot of training, but you are never, ever, ever too good for the fundamentals and or to get an outside look. Have someone that's very experienced or more experienced than you at the thing that you're doing and have them break yourself down. I learned a lot. I really did. Took home a lot of little nuggets. The cool thing is, I want to ask you two things. Number one, you mentioned your tactical background. I know you have that more defensive side. What would you say about shooting is shooting, so to speak? I want to hear it from your thoughts.
So that's exactly that. Right. Shooting is shooting. And for a long time, myself, from my tactical background, I thought this is a game. This is something I'll build bad habits and it'll get me hurt if I ever happen to have a gunfight, right? Coming into this sport, I wanted to test myself, right? What are my pure gun skills? And what I found is that by advancing in this world, I was able to advance in that world as well. There are things that happen in this world that you never test in this tactical. And what this does a good job of is, like I said, identifying those deficiencies and really allowing yourself to be pushed to the limits of what you are capable of with a handgun. And then once you get it down in this world, it is muscle memory and it directly correlates to your abilities in the tactical world. I work with several law enforcement teams and law enforcement units. I've got those guys out here, and every single one of them had the same kind of epiphany. Like, we should have been doing this a long time ago.
Yeah, I hear that a lot with the guys that are looking at the performance-based or graphical-based shooting nowadays. I'm glad to see that side of the house is we're all coming together with that. Now, last but not least, guys, you heard him say that we had people in class that had never done a class before. Never done a match before. So one of the things that we hear a lot of, I know Ryan hears a lot of, I hear a lot myself in my own classes and at matches, I need to train more, I need to be better to compete, I need to do this, I need to do that. Don't be intimidated. Would you agree with that? I mean, it was awesome to see the guys just like, listen, let me learn the game and come out. But what do you think about guys that say that they need to train more, they need to be better, that kind of thing? They think that they need to come out and be an A class right out of the gate.
Yeah, so I said the same thing. I was scared to start. I need to train more. I need to be better. I want to go and win it. But the fact is, you're not going to win your first match. You're probably not going to place well. You may finish middle of the pack if you've got some good abilities, but it's a game that you need to figure out. That no amount of training is going to prepare you for playing here, and you don't really know what to train on until you get out here and do it. That there's so many people that tell me, hey, I need to train more. I don't come to a match, but I need to train more. When you come to a match, you're going to be competing with 9-year-old girls and 70-year-old men and 450-pound middle-aged guys, all the way up to guys like Tim and myself that do this regularly, and we're out here fighting for the win. That There's no judgment, and like I told the guys in class today, the competitive shooting community are some of the nicest people you'll ever meet.
Yes.
You show up and you say, hey, this is my first match, you're going to be getting advice all day, and you're going to have guys step in to help correct those small things. Hey, I noticed you did this. Why don't you try this next time?
Yep. That's all I got. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Tim with Sightline Strategies. Ryan, where can everybody find you at?
You can find me on YouTube at Empirical Concepts Training, Instagram, Empirical Concepts Training, as well as my website, ectraining.net.
Cool. Once again, guys, thanks for watching. I look forward to training with Ryan once again. I'll see you next time.